In my adventure as a project manager, I have encountered many organizations and different approaches in setting and achieving the goals. The biggest problem has always been defining goals and how to measure them. Today's topic, evidence-based management, is an approach that complements the Agile approach and provides us with tools to measure and deliver value, of course, optimize them. If you want to find more about it, don't hesitate to reach me at frontendhouse.com. This approach enables organization to make rational, fact-based decisions, bringing conversation from the level of individual preferences and opinions to the level of empirical evidences, logic and insights. EBM is derived from medical science. It has also found its use in forensic. The main assumption is to make decisions aimed at improving processes and bringing business value. Delivering value, satisfied stakeholders and satisfied employees, of course, at present value, are important, but organization also needs to demonstrate that they can respond to market demand by delivering on time, and being able to keep level, continue investing in product development is justified based on measuring what so far unused value could have been achieved if the product had the appropriate capacity. There are four main key value areas in the EBM. There is a current value, time to market, ability to innovate, and unrealized value. The main topics that current value is aiming is identifying, naming and valuing the value currently being delivered is critical to improving the process. We pay attention only to the aspects that are currently provided to our clients. For this purpose, we look from the perspective of the recipients of our service/product. The customer, stakeholder or employee perspective will allow us to gain knowledge on how to develop and improve in our organization. Key value measurements for the current value and what to track, what to define it is employee satisfaction, a form of mood analysis that helps to gauge unemployment commitment, energy and enthusiasm. We can measure it using the results of retrospective, lesson learned or PMO documents. For starters, we can use a simple employee satisfaction survey that is carried out on a regular basis. The second one is revenue per employee. A complementary indicator for employee satisfaction is a revenue per employee. This ratio, which comes from the gross income / number of employees, is a key competitive indicator in the whole industry. Another one we should look into is a customer usage index. It's a measurement of the use of a given functionality, which helps to determine of what extent customers perceive the product as useful and whether the current way of using the product meets expectation regarding how long users should use the given functionality. There are marketing metrics that allow us to calculate it, as well as marketing tools measuring customer satisfaction, the heat maps, conversion using new functionality, etc. And last but not least is customer satisfaction, obviously. There's a simple form of customer mood analysis, how we are currently perceived by our customers, how committed they are, how satisfied with the project. There's a lot of stuff that we can use to form this value. Another key value area that we should focus on is the time to market. Various things can shorten the time to market. All activities starting from the elimination of communication bottlenecks in the organization, through improving the automatization of the publishing process to improvements in the area of application maintenance and removal of technological debt. Anything that reduces the time spent waiting or time spent getting the job done. The key indicators that we need to focus in the time to market values are build and integration frequency. This is the number of running iterations launched over a certain period of time, for example, one sprint lasting 2 weeks. Story points or time estimates are helpful in determining. They allow us to investigate how many actual functionalities we have released in a given time. Another one we should look into is release frequency. It's a similar indicator to the previous one, used when releases are in continuous mode. They allow us to determine whether the time we spent on new functionality is not too long or too fast. Mean time to repair. Average time the development team takes to fix a bug. From the moment it is detected, obviously, we start measure there. The finishing line is the moment we erase it from the production. This measure helps determine the organization effectiveness in fixing errors. And last one, the lead time is the time from the presenting an idea or formulating a hypothesis to the moment when the client can use the idea. This measure can vary depending on customer and product and has a significant impact on customer satisfaction. Third key value we should look into is ability to innovate, determining the ability to adapt to the client needs, better response to his changing needs. Maximizing the introduction of innovating solutions, in addition anything that prevents user and customers from reaping the benefits of innovation, such as software that is difficult to install or the inability to justify installing it, will reduce the value of ability to innovate. Key questions we should ask is technical depth, defect trends, and time spent context switching. Technical depth is a development concept that reflects the extra development work and additional tests that must be performed when the fast-paced solutions require subsequent corrections. This has a negative impact on the value delivery process and leads to avoidable increase in losses and risks. Defect trends is a measure that shows the change in the number of defects since the last measurement. Anything that reduces this value of the products in the eyes of the customer, user, or the organization itself is a defect. In general, defects are things that don't work as intended. Finally, time spent context switching is probably one of my favorite ones, is the number of meetings per person in a team on a daily basis and the number of times team members are taken off work daily to help other people in the organization outside of the team can provide simple insights in the magnitude of the problem. Unrealized value is the focus point for us to detect what we can do more and what potential are we currently losing. Considering both CV and the UV, which means considering both the current value and the unused value, gives organization the opportunity to balance current and possible future benefits. For example, a product may have a low cost current value because it is an early version used for marketing testing only, but may have a very high unused value, indicating high potential of the market in question. Investing in this product to boost his CV is probably warranted given that potential return of investment, even if the product does not have a high CV at the moment. The market share is the main value for the unused value. Relative percentage of the market controlled by the product. It's a pretty simple statistic. It can be easily calculated by dividing the value of our business by the total value of the market and multiplying the results by 100. This is the intro to the evidence-based management. I hope I catch your attention, and the topic of EBM is a great matter to research. I hope at least I encourage you to explore this knowledge and try to introduce it in your organization. If you have any questions in regards of how to use EBM in your organization or how to use it in your product, you can always catch our experts on our website, and I hope that the topic of EBM is a great matter for the research. To be honest, I hope that at least I encourage you to explore this knowledge and find more to introduce it into your organization. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask me. Bye.